Alright guys, another video. We got some more craziness going on. This time, we got the Elementalist class. And there is quite a few changes here. I think the biggest two are these golems. These golems are absolutely crazy. And then there's another passive which improves Elementalist defenses, and it will make the golems tankier too. But in the patch notes, you can see here, golems, we got chaos res, damage over time multiplier. This is crazy. This should not be looked over. If anyone's familiar with Watcher's Eye of Malevolence, these golems are going to give a multiplier that's like almost 3 times that, with all the buff effect. And then we got flame golems, damage increased by like 10% from last time, and they're giving 20% increased area of effect. Absolutely insane. With all the buff effect, we're gonna have a 3.3 times multiplier on all these values. So we're getting like 60% AoE. And Ice Golem is granting 10% more crit than before, and it's giving flat accuracy. I'm not sure how, like, what's going to be better, percent or flat. Probably depends on the build, but the 10% more crit's pretty big. Getting 1% more attack and cast speed on the Lightning Golem, and we're getting 18 mana regenerated per second. This isn't factoring in golem levels, by the way. All of this can be increased a little more, I think, through golem levels. And then last, we got stone golems are giving 20% increased defenses. This one's another huge one. You can use defenses. This can be energy shield, armor, evasion, and ward. Increased defenses is pretty hard stat to come by, and so this is pretty huge for the ward builds out there. But yeah, let's check out the POB. So when I was talking about the multipliers for all the buffs, I got it down here. We get 100% from ascendency, 80% from the passive tree, 20% from quality. You can increase this even more. Ashes of the Star might be worth running for another 30, and then I don't know. There's other ways to get more quality. Enhance, awakened, enhance. We'll see what that looks like. But and then 30% from the jewel. So factoring in just these 4, we're getting 3.3 times the values. And here's all the increases we're gonna get: fire golem, lightning, ice, chaos, stone. This is crazy. And you don't, like, you're probably not going to have the jewel on league start, or the quality, so you're going to lose out on like a little bit. But on league start, you can get pretty close to all these values. And we know how chieftain's like pretty insane on league start, and I think Elementalist is also going to be in that category now. Another thing to keep in mind is the amount of summoned golems. There's one right here. Actually, this is going to be 2 from the patch notes. And then another one right there. So that's 4. 2, 3, and then 1 innately. So that's 4 total. So we just need to find one more source of max golem, clay shaper. There's a bunch of them on here. But yeah, if you can get one more source, then you can get all 5 golems, all 5 pieces of Exodia. Gonna be pretty insane. And then there's one other thing. So that summon golems are immune to elemental damage is getting moved over to this node. Golems died a lot before, like pretty easily. But since they're immune to elemental damage, they died a lot to Fizz and I think Chaos. But now go back to the patch notes. So Elementalist is getting this ascendency. This thing is humongous. Really hard to convert physical damage to elements. That's a huge defensive layer. And this one, if you ignite any enemy, converting 40% of fizz to fire. So this is going to help both you and your golems. So they're going to die a lot less often. And then also, there's a belt, which we can use for Animate Guardian. Or the Mercenary. Nearby enemies convert 25% of their physical to fire. If we have both of those, 65% converted, I think they're additive. I think the golems will be pretty tanky, and then your defenses as well are going to be huge. So Elementalist is looking real strong right now for league start. Hopefully nothing gets nerfed before, but I don't know if it's going to survive. But yeah, looks insane. My next POB I'm working on is Winter Orb Elementalist, so keep an eye out for that. That'll be coming out today or tomorrow. But yeah, keep cooking, guys. I'll talk to you later.